Welcome. In this video I'll show you how can you make 3 types of pop-ups without needing to use a single line of code. And yes, all of that is possible on Divhunt. So let's begin. First of all, you need to go to the settings of your project, go to the browse plugins, and you're looking for a plugin called Popup. After you install this plugin, you can go back to the builder and you can start working on your structure. I already made one simple structure here. For this example, I'll use this image here. After we installed this plugin, all we have to do now is select this image, go to the settings, and set transform option to pop up. Let's open the settings to see what we can work with. As you can see, you have event options here, which are when the pop-up will be triggered. You can trigger it on click, hover, and scroll. Let's, for this example, select click. In the type, you can select between text, component, and tag. We will go with text for this example. Let's type in John Smith. After we added this text, let's edit some other options. Let's go with vertical align. Let's set it to top outside. This means that we want our pop-up to be shown above our image and outside of our image. Let's as well set vertical offset. Let's go with -10 pixels. This means that our pop-up will be pushed 10 pixels from our image. Now, let's go to the live site and let's take a look what we've made. You will notice when I click on this image that our small pop-up is appearing, and just as we set it, it's appearing on the top outside of my image 10 pixels away from the edge. I showed you how can you make a simple pop-up with only a text, but let's make something a little bit complex now. Let's make a structure which you can manually control. For this example, we will need to make a component. Now, how can you make a component? Let's go to the components layer and click on this plus here. Let's name our component Popup. When I hit confirm button, my component will be created and ready to edit. Let's make one simple structure here. I'll start with one div. Inside of this div, let's put one image. And let's put some heading, not too big. Let's go with h3 and one paragraph. Let's put some styling to this. Let's go and set background color, for example. I already have this copied, so I'll just paste it. Let's put text color as well. Let's go with this dark. Now, everything is sticked to the edges. Let's go and put some padding. I'll hold shift on my keyboard so all of the values will increase, and let's go with 20 pixels. Now, let's go and change this image. Let's go to settings and put some logo, for example. Let's go with this one. My tags are all sticked together. Let's put some breathing room there. Let's add margin to my logo, and as well I'll add small margin to my heading. Now we have a bit more space between our tags. Let's change the text of the tags as well. I'll be seeing you in a few seconds. Here I am again. I changed this text really quickly. Now, this component looks pretty decent. Let's transform it into a pop-up. And how can we do this? Let's go back to our structure and let's select this button that says this opens a pop-up. Let's go to the settings and set transform option to pop-up. Now, when I open additional options, firstly, I'll set event to be click. Into the type panel, let's set component. I'll get this option, and when I click on it, my component will be listed here. All I have to do now is left click on it, and that's it. I can save my options, and now I can jump to the live site to see what I've made. When I go and click on this button, you will notice that our component has appeared in a form of a pop-up. But this looks a bit messy. It goes from edge to edge, and I don't like this. How can we fix this? For the beginning, let's go back to the component and let's go to design panel. Let's add some max width. I'll go with 600 pixels. And as well, let's add the width value of 100%. Now, this here looks a bit better. Let's go back to the live site and see if this fixed anything. Here we are again. Let's open it again, and now our pop-up looks better. It's not going from edge to edge, but still it lacks something. it would be way better if this pop-up is centered to the screen. So let's do that really quickly. To achieve this, I would need to set target option. Now, when I open this drop-down here, you'll notice a list of tags, and if you look a little bit closer, you will notice that all of these tags are the parents to my trigger, or the tag that I set pop-up transform option to. You can notice wrapper, container, hero, and the body. All these elements I have into my target list. Now, what target does? Well, basically with this, you set on which one you want your pop-up to be sticked. In our case, we want our pop-up to always be in the center of the screen, so we want it to be sticked to the body. So here I'll select body, and now let's take a look at a few more options here. We have horizontal and vertical align. You can use these two options to position your pop-up on the horizontal and vertical axis wherever you want. Because I want my pop-up to be centered on the screen, I'll just leave these two values to be center. When I go to the live site and click on this trigger, my pop-up will appear at the center of my screen. But what will happen if you have more content in your pop-up? To demonstrate you this, I'll come again back to my component and let's duplicate this text a few times. I think this will be enough. Let's go back to the live site and let's take a look what will happen. When I open my pop-up again, you will notice that a lot of my content is cutted off. And there is an easy fix for this. Let's go again back to our component. What can I do here? Well, firstly, I'll select this wrapping div here, go to design panel and set max height. Let's go with 70 VH. And why VH? Because this height will be calculated based on the height of the viewport. So it will be perfectly fitting for every device. But you can notice that this text is going outside of this div. To fix this, we can set overflow to auto. With that, we can go again back to the live site and see what we've done. When I again open this pop-up, you can again notice that my content is still cutted here. But now I have this scroll bar and I can see all of my content. So that will be one easy fix for our problem. Now, let me show you one interesting thing that you can make with a pop-up. Let me select this div wrapper and let's reset this value here. Let's set height to be 100 VH. And why 100 VH? Because I want my pop-up to be as high as my viewport. Now, as we set these properties, let's go back to my trigger. Let's select it, go to the settings, and let's open transform settings. Now, let's set horizontal align to left inside. When I hit save, I can again go back to live site to see what I made. Now, when I go and click to my trigger, my pop-up will appear in a form of side menu. Why am I showing you this? I showed you this so you can get a bigger picture of what else can you make with a pop-up. You can make side menus or anything you need. Now, let's go back to the builder so I can reset all of those options so I can continue with other explanations. This is how our pop-up originally looked like. It looks a bit odd to have this card floating here and collapsing with other content. It would be nice if we could have one background shade, and you can achieve that easily with this plugin just in a few clicks. To achieve that, I would need to go back to the builder and set some additional options to my pop-up. For example, this overlay here. When I click yes, two more options will appear: overlay opacity and overlay clickable. With transparent option, we can control how transparent we want our shade to be. If you set 100% value here, your shade will be completely black. But when you set some value like 70%, you will have a bit of a transparent background. And when I click on this trigger, you will notice that my pop-up appears, and you can also notice this background here. Now, let's say a few words for overlay clickable now. Let's go and set value of no here. And let's go to the website to actually see what will happen. With this option, you basically set, will your background layer be clickable? Or could you interact with tags in the background? As you could notice, when I hover over those buttons when my pop-up is opened, you cannot see the animation and I cannot interact with those buttons. But if you want to interact with tags in the background when your pop-up is opened, you can set the overlay clickable to yes. And when you open your pop-up and when your overlay is active, you will notice when I'm hovering these links here that hover animation is appearing, and when I click to one of these links, they will actually work. Let's go back to the builder and take a look at some additional options. Let's talk about horizontal and vertical offset. With these two options, you can precisely move your pop-up on the vertical and horizontal axis. When I say precisely, you can input the value in pixels here. For example, if I input a value of minus 100 pixels here, and when I open my pop-up, you will notice that my pop-up is horizontally moved to the left, or in other words, we moved it negatively 100 pixels from the center. Let's jump to closable option. When I open this dropdown, you will notice three options. You can choose from them how you want your pop-up to be closed. Let's see how can we make a custom close button. For that example, we will need to select none here. After you set that property in the pop-up panel, you can go back to your structure. As you could notice, I made some small changes into my structure. I added this small X here, and my structure is again pretty simple. I have one div that is wrapping my image. You can make anything you like into a closing button. And how can you achieve that? Well, for this example, I'll select this parent div, go to the advanced panel and add one attribute. Key in my attribute will be modal-close and value will be true. After I add this attribute to this div, I can go back to the live site so I can test out what I just made. When I open this pop-up now and when I click around him, he won't close like he did before. But when I come to this icon and click on it, the pop-up will close. This means that I successfully made a custom closing button. Let's go back to the builder so we can talk about other options. But first, let's change this to its default value. Now, I'll again talk about events. Precisely, I'm going to talk about scroll. Let's select this option, and right away I'm going to get another field. In this field, I can control when I want my pop-up to be triggered. Because my target is still set to the body, this basically means that when I scroll to the 30% of the body height, the pop-up will be triggered. And let me demonstrate you this. You will notice as I start scrolling again, when I hit that 30% value, my pop-up will be shown. And that's how you can use the scroll event for pop-ups. For the last example, I've made a bit of a different structure, but still a simple one. Let me show you how I made this. Into the layers panel, you can notice this div that wraps my trigger and my pop-up. Inside of a pop-up, you can notice this image here. You can pack anything you like here, anything you would like to be shown in your pop-up. I made it simple. Let's select this trigger and go to these settings here. Let's set event to hover and let's set type to tag. You will notice this list of tags. I have my trigger and my pop-up. These are all of the siblings to my trigger, or in the other words, the tag that I set transform pop-up option. If you have more siblings to your trigger, you will have more items in this list. Now, here you need to select which one you want to be your pop-up. In this example, I want this div. And let's change this option as well. Let's go right outside. What this option does is basically pushing my pop-up to the right edge of my trigger and pushing it outside of my trigger. Let's go back to the browser and take a look how this works in action. You will notice when I hover over this trigger that my rather simple pop-up will appear, and when I hover outside, it will disappear. This will be everything for this video. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll be seeing you in the next one.